but I'm innocent. And together, my wife and I, my family, we're going to fight these false accusations.
Those were the words of Kobe Bryant spoken in 2003 with Vanessa at his side, before the storm fully hit. Faced legal consequences too. That claim doesn't hold up, but to understand why it even exists, you have to rewind to the moment everything exploded. June 30th, 2003. Kobe Bryant, 24, global superstar, lands in Colorado for knee surgery. Married just 2 years, his wife Vanessa, only 20, is pregnant with their first child. He checks into a luxury resort. A 19-year-old employee is assigned to show him around. That tour ends inside his room, and what happens next ignites one of the most controversial cases in sport history. Within hours, the employee goes to police. She alleges assault, describing being grabbed by the neck and pleading for it to stop. Investigators document visible injuries. A hospital exam collects evidence that quickly becomes central to the case. 2 days later, Kobe sits with investigators. At first, he denies any sexual contact. Then comes the turning point. He's told there's
I'm innocent. I didn't force her to do anything against her will. I'm innocent.
He continued, making it clear that he saw this as a battle, the two music of them.
But I'm innocent. And together, my wife and I, my family, we're going to fight these false accusations.
And then he turned to Vanessa directly in front of the cameras. File a sexual assault charge carrying a potential sentence of 4 years to life. Media swarms the courthouse. The case is no longer just legal, it's global. That same day, Kobe returns to Los Angeles and faces the cameras. Vanessa sits beside him, silent, unwavering, holding his hand as he delivers a statement that would echo for years. The case would twist, unravel, and ultimately collapse, but the damage, the questions, physical evidence. His story shifts. He admits to a sexual encounter, but insists it was consensual. He also acknowledges using his hands on her neck, claiming uncertainty about the force. That detail becomes a battleground in court filings. July 6th, Kobe is arrested post-bond, and the world is watching. By July 18th, prosecutors...
The strongest person I know. I'm so sorry. Having to put you through this.
Infidelity admitted. Loyalty declared, and a courtroom saga that refused to die. That same day the charge dropped, Vanessa Bryant stepped forward with a written statement that cut through the noise. She acknowledged that Kobe Bryant had been unfaithful, called it a mistake, but drew a hard line. Cheating is not a crime, and she believed he hadn't committed one. Then she doubled down she would stand by him. That stance, taken in the eye of the storm, became a lightning rod for decades of debate. Inside the Eagle County courtroom, the case morphed into a media spectacle. From mid-2003 to late 2004, pre-trial hearings turned into headline factories. Kobe's defense team went aggressive, pushing to introduce details about the accuser's personal life, mental health records, past relationships, even events in the days before the encounter. Each motion triggered another wave of coverage, turning legal arguments into national drama. One explosive battle centered on forensic evidence. Defense attorneys argued that clothing from the hospital exam contained DNA from another man and demanded the jury hear it.
There were a few occasions where I was absolutely tired from being up with Bianca and Capri, and I thought she had left to school without saying goodbye. I text and say, "No kiss?"
She went on to explain what she would write back.
And Gianna would reply with, "Mama, I kissed you, but you were asleep and I didn't want to wake you."
In the same conversation, she described what Gigi was like.
Her smile was like sunshine. Her smile took up her entire face, like mine.
She added more about the personality traits.
Kobe always said she was me. She had my fire, my personality, and sarcasm.
And on the simple question of what she misses most, she answered,
"We love each other so much. I miss her so much. She was so energetic. I couldn't keep up with her energy."
2004, right as jury selection loomed, her legal team announced she would not take a stand. Without her testimony, the prosecution had no path forward. The criminal case collapsed. Kobe then issued a carefully worded apology. He said he believed the encounter was consensual, but acknowledged that she did not see it that way and accepted her perspective. The statement was crafted as part of the case resolution, an acknowledgement without admitting criminal guilt. But the legal fight wasn't over. A civil lawsuit filed in 2003 moved forward and was ultimately settled out of court in 2005. The terms were sealed, widely speculated to be in the millions, but never confirmed. Through all of it, Vanessa was never a defendant, not charged, not questioned under oath, not named in any legal filing beyond being Kobe's wife. Her role was public, emotional, symbolic, but legally, she stood outside the case. Then, years later, tragedy rewrote everything. On January 26, 2020, Kobe, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others boarded a helicopter in California. Minutes into the flight, in worsening fog, the aircraft lost orientation and crashed into a hillside. All 9 lives were lost. Vanessa went from public defender of her husband's name to grieving widow and mother overnight. What followed was another legal battle, this time with her as the one seeking justice. Reports surfaced that first responders had taken and shared graphic photos from the crash site. Vanessa sued Los Angeles County for invasion of privacy. In 2022, she testified about the trauma panic attacks, fear of the images leaking, the unbearable thought of her daughters seeing them. A jury awarded her millions. A final settlement in 2023 brought the total close to $29 million, including future protections for her children. No charges, no sentencing, just a fight to protect what remained. By 2025 and 2026, her focus shifted to legacy, raising her daughters, expanding the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation, and honoring Kobe and Gianna through scholarships, community projects, and memorials. She's built spaces for families, funded opportunities for young athletes, and kept their names alive with purpose, not headlines. And that's where the truth lands after years of rumors, distortions, and recycled narratives. Vanessa Bryant was never on trial. Not then, not now. Because in the end, the real story isn't about a sentence that never existed, it's about how truth gets twisted, reputations get tested, and how one woman stood in the center of it all and refused to break. A viral claim says she confessed, got charged, and was sentenced. The reality? It collapses the second you check the record. Start with the facts. Across every public document through 2025 and 2026, there is no criminal charge, no civil liability finding, and no sentencing hearing tied to Vanessa Bryant. None. So where did the story even come from? To answer that, you have to rewind to the only criminal case ever connected to Kobe Bryant. In July 2003, he was charged with a single count of sexual assault in Eagle County, Colorado. That case never made it to trial. In September 2004, it was dismissed after the accuser declined to testify. No conviction, no guilty plea, no courtroom verdict, just a case that ended before it could be decided. Yes, Kobe issued a public statement as part of that resolution. He apologized and acknowledged that the woman did not view the encounter the same way he did. But that statement wasn't a confession of a crime, it was carefully worded, never treated by any court as an admission of guilt, and legally tied to the dismissal. Now look at the word complicity. That's not internet slang, it's a legal standard. It requires proof that someone knowingly helped commit a crime. But here's the problem. There was no crime legally established in court. And Vanessa? She wasn't even in Colorado. She was in California, pregnant, while Kobe traveled alone. No document, no investigation. No prosecutor has ever placed her anywhere near the incident or even suggested she had prior knowledge of it. Then there's the claim of a confession. It simply doesn't exist. Vanessa's 2003 statement did one thing. It admitted adultery and rejected the criminal accusation. She separated the two, clearly calling one a mistake and denying the other outright. Since then, she's never reversed that position, never issued a statement contradicting it, and never made any admission on her husband's behalf. Finally, the word that makes the rumor sound real: sentence. A sentence only follows a conviction. Vanessa has never been a defendant in a criminal case ever. The only major legal battle she's fought came years later, after the 2020 helicopter crash that killed Kobe, their daughter Gianna, and 7 others. In that case, She sued Los Angeles County over the handling of crash site photos. She wasn't accused, she was the one demanding accountability. And she won, securing a multi-million-dollar settlement. No arrest, no charges, no trial, no sentence. What the real timeline shows is far less sensational and far more grounded in reality. A woman who stood beside her husband during a case that collapsed, endured a devastating personal loss years later, and then stepped into court not as a defendant, but as a plaintiff seeking justice. So when you strip away the viral headlines and compare them to the actual record, one thing becomes clear. The story people are sharing isn't hidden truth, it's a complete fabrication. And in an era where rumors spread faster than facts, the real question isn't what happened, it's why so many people are willing to believe what never did.